Hello everyone, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3, 5th edition. Last time, we met our unfortunate end when we went to see some Githyanki up in the Northwest Road. The party was wiped out. And so now, before patch 5 arrives, and I know whether my saves are going to be broken or not, we're going to do something a little different. We are going to see how far we can get alone, as a lone survivor of the Nautiloid epidemic. So we're going to be skipping the cutscenes because we've seen them before, and because we're alone, there's no getting up from a fall. So I anticipate lots of issues trying to survive through the long term, so there might be a lot of variation here. So first of all, let me jump cut to our new hero, and then we'll get started. Please make the acquaintance of Drada Fade. Drada Fade is a urchin with sleight of hand proficiency and stealth proficiency, because I'm sure there's going to be lots of occasions where we want to break into stuff or hide from stuff when we have no other support. We are a drow, mostly because we need the Fey ancestry in order to avoid being put to sleep by the sleep spell, because that would basically be a campaign in its own right. And superior dark vision is very nice. For class, we have picked up Warlock under the Fiend, so that we get the Dark One's Blessing. Whenever we reduce a hostile creature to 0 hit points, we gain extra health, which is going to be crucial for staying alive long term through big fights. Skills, we've got Deception and Intimidation, because we're really leaning into that high charisma, because there's going to be a lot of social encounters that we want to try and work our way through as well. We've dumped Strength, Intelligence and Wisdom, and in turn we've got +3 Dexterity. That's going to be our stealth checks, our sleight of hand checks, as well as our armor class and our initiative bonus. Constitution, good for our max HP, and Charisma, all of those speaking abilities, Persuasion, Deception, as well as our main spellcasting modifier. We've also taken Minor Illusion and Eldritch Blast. Eldritch Blast, of course, fairly standard for a Warlock, but Minor Illusion, I'm going to see if I can't use it to my benefit to sneak through some places where we want to avoid conflicts. Then Armor of Agathis, again, more HP for us, and Hex, so that we can increase our damage output.
Tell me, who do you dream of at night?
We're not going to worry about that, because as far as I can tell through the last campaign, it didn't make a difference in the early access. And so for the first time in a long time, here we are on the Nautiloid ship. So our first job as ever is going to be escape the ship, but it's going to be a little bit harder for us, being so limited on a party of 1. So first of all, let's check this Mind Flayer. Usually has a potion or 2.
Dead. Good.
And then this thing will refresh us, but will also remove any benefits that we have. So if we were to use Armor of Agathis now, using our single spell slot, we would gain the temporary HP, but as soon as we do that, we would then lose it because of... we lose the benefit as soon as we use the refresher machine, whatever it's called. Let's go up here, see what these 2 chests have, and see if we can't kill us for some extra HP. And by HP, I of course mean XP. See, I can't believe that yesterday we finally lost our campaign when we only had 3 objectives left. But let's see what's going on here.
Yes, you've come to save us from this place. From this place you'll free us.
The exposed brain quivers in expectation.
Please. Before they return! They return.
Can we just initiate an attack on this thing instead? Yep, I'll take my 1 XP, and it seems us is no longer here, so we will just plow straight on downstairs. So, of course, as a party of one, we will not be taking the companions with us. Whether that's Lae'zel, Gale, Astarion, Shadowheart, or Will. But in the coming conversation just ahead of us, Lae'zel is going to join the party. And for us to be alone throughout the entire campaign, we can't let that be. So we need to drop a little hex here on dexterity, because that will mean they have disadvantage on their initiative check if we roll initiative in combat here. And as soon as we've done that, we can start Eldritch Blasting. Of course, it's a miss. Alright, well, we've rolled initiative. Lae'zel rolled a 16. But missed us. So now we have the option of Eldritch Blast at 50% or our dagger at 50%. I'll take the Eldritch Blast. We have missed. And we have been defeated. A single crit to the face. So what we can basically do here is, because we've not had a quick save anywhere through this, if we come back to this autosave, I think it was this one, we can see if we can't get through this very initial combat again. Is this the same one? Did the colour of the tattoo change? I think it did. It's that one. I did a test earlier before formally recording, but I decided I wanted a red tattoo. There you go. There's your red tattoo. Right. Again, loot the potions. We need every help we can get. And I will jump cut over to attacking Lae'zel. Alright, we are back here again. First off, let's try sneaking before getting into this confrontation. I don't know if that's going to give us an extra opportunity to possibly save ourselves. And let's go with an Armor of Agathys instead, before we launch off our Eldritch Blast. Or the autosave will try and stop us. Oh, there you go. 9. Huge. Okay, the potion consumption really hurts us here. Hopefully our Armor of Agathys can give us a bit of benefit here. A good 8. Another potion. I assume Lae'zel had 2 potions in their inventory. With 35 feet of movement, can we stay? I suppose she has her bow, so if we can just try and stay out of sword range, that will be to our advantage. Right, we now have disadvantage with Eldritch Blast because our foe is too close to us. If we leave this space, we risk an opportunity attack, so instead we'll attack with our dagger. There's 6 of the 12 hit points we need to take out. That miss is huge. There's that's not action surge, that is the ability that lets them heal. Second wind. So let's try attacking again. There's nothing quite like 2 first level characters trying to attack one another. Alright. We got the Dark One's Blessing. So that is an extra 4 HP for us. We can loot Lae'zel. We certainly can't wear this stuff, I think. Are you going to let us take you, or is this bugged? I'm not sure why we can't take this half plate, but so be it. Are we proficient with the short bow? We are, so we can equip that. It's going to make dealing damage a lot easier. We are not proficient in this longsword though, so that's going to have to stay. And we already have a pair of simple leather boots, so that will be for trade later. So with our extra 4 HP, it's now time to deal with these imps on the other side of here. Now, with it just being the one of us, this becomes a lot harder, but I wonder if we can't just sneak by. Well, that clearly has not worked. Right, they have 6 HP each, so Eldritch Blast could quite possibly one-shot them, and they are surprised, so we'll get a whole other round of action before they do. Yeah, there's one down, still with our 4 HP because they don't stack on subsequent kills. So these two take their surprised action and eliminate that condition, and then we get another try. And we're just going to come back and take some cover here. Wait for them to come to us a bit. Excellent. So far so good. Let's see what extra supplies we can get. If we can get a second weapon that is light that we are proficient with, what we can hopefully do is dual wield those weapons so that in our offhand we can make an offhand bonus strike when we don't have other things to spend our bonus action on. The real test is going to be later on. There is the large room at the helm that we need to pass through. That's probably going to be the most difficult part for us, because we're not going to have Lae'zel there to take half the hits. But we can refresh here. We lose our Dark One's Blessing, but we do get a spell slot back. Up here there's kind of lots of general shenanigans going on. Dragons and big fighting in the sky, you know, classic stuff. We are just going to head straight on up. Well, only 1 point of damage on that really does suck, but we got there in the end. That miss is huge. And Eldritch Blast really coming in clutch for us. What we're going to want to do is get to level 2 as quickly as we can so we can get that second spell slot. We also benefit greatly from short rests as a warlock, and we can obviously take 2 of those now since patch 4. This guy's not doing too well, but we can get 1 whole experience point for killing them. Anything in your pockets? Only plants. Stuff that we do not need. Then up through here we will find Shadowheart contained in a pod that we won't be able to open once we get through this mucus membrane. And then depending on how we act here with Shadowheart, she will remember us later. But remembering us isn't going to help her, because our intent is basically just to
Better watch what I touch.
murder. Let's see if there's anything in this backpack. Some golden jewels, never say no.
Life flickers.
And just through here, this could be a difficult fight with an intellect devourer. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to turn-based mode to make them stand still, to make Eldritch blasting them far easier. Put the Hex on first. That's 1d6 extra necrotic damage with each attack. So that was 1 plus 6. Interesting that they healed and did not instigate a fight against us. Now they have. That's really good. So our hex damage is anytime we use an attack roll, whether that's a spell attack roll with Eldritch Blast, or a melee weapon attack, or even a ranged attack roll with a bow. That really hurt. And we have been defeated twice. Apparently, we are going to have some issues even just getting off this ship at level 1. Hopefully once we increase our levels a bit, we'll have a bit of an easier time of it. But for now, there's going to be some light repetition in this. I will probably jump cut through a lot of the very repetitive stuff, but keep in most of the combats or otherwise great threats to us. In any case, thank you ever so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and there'll also be some other content coming up for some other D&D related games, but more on that to come soon. Thank you ever so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.